Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Finger Guns podcast with Tony, Dave, and James. I am your brilliantly exhausted co-host, James, and I am joined with, as always,
a very anxious Big Tasty.
and
Dave.
Dave. I like it. I like it. It's been a long day. We're doing this on a work day, which isn't super normal, at least for two of us.
It's a work day.
Yeah,
What's that?
It was an in-office day for me and an in-office day for Tony.
Yeah. Just another fun-filled day in the film industry.
Yeah,
as it continues to burn to the ground.
Yeah. Today is this is the end. We're recording this well in advance of going live, not like our usual
Monday
we are way
night. Early. Yeah,
this one's one of our early ones,
Yeah.
finally.
Yeah.
And tonight's the night.
It's D-Day, ladies and gentlemen. It's fucking. We're gonna find out one way or another if SAG's going on strike. I think I speak for pretty much everybody when I say we're probably going on strike.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That seems pretty definite.
And, you betcha.
Seeing some of the things that are coming out about what the studios are saying about the writers is just making me very sick to my stomach. And this is not the industry I dreamed of when I dreamed of being in the film industry all those years ago.
Right.
Apparently, like, the studio heads were like totally rah put that statement out.
Yeah.
And then they like took it back to like, oh no, we didn't mean that at all. It's like, how did you think that would go over?
Yeah.
How did you think it would go over?
Yeah.
Exactly. And the one thing that really kills me is the studio heads are just like, oh, like the audience won't care if the stories are made by an algorithm. And I'm like,
God.
Yeah, you're basically saying that the audience are dumbasses and that they'll probably watch anything.
Yeah, exactly.
That's not something you say to the people that you're trying to get money from.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
I don't know what the fuck is going on in Hollywood right now.
You know what? Let's just hope that this burns this fucker to the ground and they have to start over.
Yeah.
Because everybody needs to be on an even playing field.
Absolutely.
And all the different other guilds are going to follow suit when their contracts come up. And these CEOs are paid way too fucking much.
Absolutely.
And, content. Maybe we shouldn't have started calling TV shows and movies content.
Yeah.
Maybe we should go back to that point and be like, you know what?
The fact that I'm sitting here being like, there's too much content kind of tells you a lot about where the industry's at.
I think we need a fucking hard reset.
Yeah. I think we need to hit the reset button and we need to stop calling it content.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Like movies are art. There is high art and low art.
Yeah.
But it is still art.
Art. It's not content.
It's not just something that has to come out in order to keep the numbers, keep the line going up.
It's not it's not something that you just fill space with.
Exactly.
Like there's a purpose.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Oh, you have to put out a fucking, like Netflix doing a fucking movie every single week.
Do you really need to do that?
Come on.
No.
Well, they just made a lot of movies.
Yeah,
right?
I know, but it's just like,
I'm more like Disney having to have fucking IP, like bleeding the IPs dry, and WB learning nothing.
Yes.
And being like, oh, everything has to be connected. And now Marvel's falling apart at the seams. And they're like, hey, we're going to do everything connected again. Didn't work out the first two times.
Stop.
Like you said, hard reset. I hope to Jesus and whatever other God you pray to that you will not be affected. And if you are, that something amazing comes out of it.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
But yes,
here's hoping. I'm hoping for everyone. And I hope that everyone can go back to their jobs. I hope people can just settle. There's way too much greed in this fucking world, and there's way too much money being split but to the 1%. Everyone just wants to go back to working, but they want to be working in good condition, good working environment, not a toxic work environment, and they want what they're owed, and they want what they deserve. And I don't think that's too wrong in asking.
Nope. No. Agreed.
But the funny thing is, we're recording all this assuming SAG's going on strike.
Yeah.
And if they don't, or if the strike is over on Tuesday?
This whole thing is just going to be stupid.
Nothing.
Yeah.
We'll just be like, tee-hee.
Just enjoy our pre Tuesday thoughts.
Exactly.
Tee-hee.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Anyway,
let's get this fucking thing
Yeah, let's
started.
get it going.
Let's do it. So we're just gonna do a regular episode, yes, of Best Man Worst.
Yeah.
And then Tony, do we have something from Shudder or no?
Yeah, we got a Shudder Minute for sure.
Excellent. And then we got some main content to talk about.
Stop calling it content.
Dave, you got, some, you got some blues, don't you?
I got a blue.
Excellent.
Fantastic.
I got a blue.
Excellent.
This is back to basics.
Back to basics.
Back to basics.
I love it.
Fantastic.
Dave, start us off.
On the best.
Sure.
So I watched a animated film. We were just talking about Netflix called Nimona.
Oh, nice.
With Chloe Grace Moretz
Yes.
and Riz Ahmed,
Nice.
my boy.
I do want to see that.
It is very good.
Yeah.
Like it was supposed to be made by Blue Sky.
Yep.
Before Disney was just like, nah, we don't need them.
Right.
And it also goes with the theme of Riz Ahmed's character is gay.
Yeah.
Like it's not like those the Disney gay where it's like,
No. It's just
you could just cut this scene clean out. And
right.
like you wouldn't even know.
good for China. Yeah.
It's the whole movie.
Yeah.
Very gay.
Excellent.
He is living his truth.
Yeah.
And Chloe Grace Moretz's character, Nimona, the titular Nimona, is a shapeshifter, and a lot of her struggle and her otherness is a very, very thinly veiled allegory for transgenderism.
Yeah. I think the
Is that how I would say it? Transgenderism?
yes,
Yeah.
and I think the original creator of I didn't think it was a comic.
It was
first.
a webcomic.
A webcomic first. I think
It's a webcomic, and
they
then they got paid to
Yes.
make it into a graphic novel. They are trans as well.
correct. Yeah, that's
Yes.
what I was. Yeah. Yeah.
Yes. All of that to say, it's really fucking good.
How's the
Yeah.
animation?
The animation is stellar. It's like
Yeah.
that cell shaded kind
Yeah.
of like video gamey type
Okay.
thing.
Nice.
Like I'm not saying that as a detriment. It's
Yeah,
just
yeah,
like
yeah.
that. It's the cell shading,
Yeah.
and just it's very vibrant and bright, and it's very unlike traditional. Like when you think of an animated film where like the hero has to overcome whatever obstacles type
Right.
thing, like it's
Yeah.
pretty fucking bleak. Like he's framed.
Yeah.
He's framed for murder, and then
Okay.
he has to prove that he didn't do it.
Right.
Okay. This is super bleak for a kids movie.
Yeah.
I don't think it's.
Or is it like that
I think it's more of like
PG-13 kind of thing?
I think it's more PG-13.
Okay.
Because I don't think like Quentin would watch this and understand what's happening.
Yeah.
Right.
But because it's a little bleak, it's a lot more adult, like young adult type thing, like teenagers. But it's really well done. The animation is great. The story is great. It's very, I can't call it original, but it's unique.
Yeah.
Mm.
It's unique, and
It can stand out against the crowd.
it can stand out against the crowd. It's probably going to be one of the best animated feature nominees.
Yep.
And if it's not, it's still going to be one of the movies that we're talking about at the end of the year.
Okay.
So
High
you should
praise.
definitely check it out.
Definitely. All right. Perfect. That's the
I like
one
it.
on the list.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anything with my boy Riz. Come on.
Absolutely.
Truth. Who's next? Tony.
Want to go with me?
Yeah, buddy.
All right, for my best. This is a film that I was absolutely so very wrong about. I don't find myself being wrong very often.
Sure.
But I remember seeing the trailer to this movie and I turned it off 30 seconds in and I completely wrote it off. Now that I've seen it, brutal mistake on my part.
Mm.
It is a film called Rye Lane.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Sundance.
From Sundance, yeah. I've been seeing this movie a lot on virtually every single mid-year report on the internet, floating around
It's
on
like
the internet right now.
Best movies. Yeah.
This movie is incredible. It is a day in the life of two people. They meet and It's basically, I would say it's kind of like Before Sunrise. Is that what the movie's called?
Yeah, that's the first one.
Yeah.
Before sunrise, before sunset, before midnight. I haven't seen any of them.
I haven't seen any of them. I haven't seen any of them either. But it takes.
I got the Criterion box set. Come on over.
Yeah.
Nice. Cool. We could do that.
This movie is incredible. One thing that will stick out like a sore thumb is the fisheye lens.
Sure.
They use the fisheye lens a lot.
Sure.
But the way that fucking camera moves in and out, it's like a fly on the wall, and you're seeing this relationship and this romance just spark, and like it is phenomenal.
Is it like
Nice.
Yorgos fisheye or like Schrader fisheye or just like normal fisheye?
I would say normal fisheye because you don't really realize it's a fisheye
Right.
until they start moving out of the frame. Once they start moving out of the frame, then you see it.
Yeah.
I have to say who the characters are. David Jonas and Vivian Oprah. I'm butchering their names, but the two of them, the chemistry between them is another level. Like it's electric. I had a smile on my face the entire time.
Nice.
From start to finish. This is a movie that we're going to be talking about in December. I don't see it going Oscar route, but I see it cleaning up at the Independent Spirit Awards for sure.
We need to put this episode on the pedestal and come back to it in December.
Yeah. Jesus.
Yeah, seriously.
There's a lot of talk.
Yeah.
Seriously, this
one, what was it? The last one too, where you made a claim that that's gonna end up on the top list for sure. So I think we got two now that we got to refer back to
for sure, and it is a crisp, and I mean crisp, 83 minutes.
Excellent.
Ooh,
Always good.
I know you
Always
guys.
good.
I know you guys are like me, and you love the short run times.
Yeah.
I love it.
This movie is quick. It's over in a blink of an eye, and you just want to watch it again because you want to see these characters fall in love again.
Excellent.
I feel like this podcast is going to go longer than that.
Yeah, it probably will. We do a cool 90.
Hit me. Or hit
Uh,
us.
I rewatched Inception
Ooh.
a little while back. I love that movie. Yes.
Sorry, that was shitty.
Yes, there you go.
I still have Mombasa dialed up to like
Mombasa's
11
great
in the
time.
office.
It's so good.
I straight up just always have Mombasa. Just if I need to do something quick,
Yeah,
Mombasa.
Mombasa will get you there.
Seriously, it just
it'll
gets you going.
there.
If you're dragging ass at work, you throw that up full
Fuck.
blast and you're
Yeah.
fucking moving, man.
It's some incredible Hans Zimmer work on that score. Incredible work, really, by everybody in the cast. It just works always, and I mean, it's convoluted. It's ridiculous. It's about dreams and how many layers deep, and what is reality versus what is dreams.
And the dreams obviously collapse.
Yeah,
The dream is collapsing.
and yeah, are can you live within a dream, and does it really matter if your dream is what you want it to be? It's a lot of heavy shit that's just kind of sitting in there, but I mean, what is it? Time, I think, is what it's called.
The Hans Zimmer track?
Yeah,
That's what I was literally
It's-
looking up right now.
it brings me to tears. It's one of the most beautiful pieces of music ever arranged, and it's like 4 notes, and that's all it is, just repeating over and over again, and it's incredible.
I heard him do it live. It's pretty fucking good.
Yeah. So I don't know. I was rewatching it again for other reasons, which will become more apparent, I guess, on our next episode. But I wanted to revisit a Chris Nolan movie that I hadn't seen in a very long time, and Inception was right up there to see.
That's fair.
It was
That's
good.
fair.
It's fucking good.
I didn't realize the last time I watched it, I didn't realize that it takes like an hour and a half of explaining.
Oh yeah,
what is
just to get you okay, yeah.
just to get in.
Which is, you know what? Which is almost like. Yeah, I mean, all of the movies that he did sort of post Batman have needed that level of fucking ridiculous amounts of explanation. Tenet included.
Well, Dunkirk, he didn't. Dunkirk, you were just like thrown
Dunkirk was
into it.
fine. Yeah,
Literally
Dunkirk
just
was
thrown
fine.
in little to no context.
Yeah.
Like-
The only thing that you had to work out for yourself is understand that like it was running on 3 different timelines, and like the clock was ticking in different speeds because of that, and yeah, each one was 1 month, 1 week, 1 hour, or something like that, or 1 week, 1 day, 1 hour.
I don't think it was a week. I think it might have been fuck. One was a day for sure.
Yeah, one was a day. One was an hour. Tom Hardy's plane shit was an hour.
It was an hour.
The day, I think, was the boats coming over, and then I think the week was the guys on the beach.
No, the other way around. The boats coming over would have had to have been the week.
With the week, and then the guys on the beach was the
day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking nuts.
Harry
Also great.
Styles.
Yeah, also Harry Styles, yes.
I have his autograph.
Inception worked. So good.
Such a good movie. And it doesn't, at the end, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. You can think about how you want.
It doesn't matter.
He's in a dream. He's happy. He got what he wanted. He's not in a dream. He's back in reality. He got what he wanted. It doesn't matter.
Like, I remember when it first came out that everybody's like, oh, is it a dream? Is it not? Oh.
Yeah.
And it's like, it doesn't matter. If you're paying attention, it doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
And that's what I thought too. Because like I don't even remember having an opinion about the ending. I was just like,
because it doesn't matter.
He's with his kids. Like that
doesn't
was
matter.
that was the whole objective of the movie. Like what the fuck does it matter? What like
it doesn't matter.
It doesn't fucking matter.
Yeah.
Well, that in every dream, whenever he's in the dream sequence, he never sees their faces. So
correct. And this time he does. But yeah, there's you could pick apart that movie to the end of the days of weird things that seem
classic Nolan not knowing how to write women.
Yeah. Also, Elliot Page.
Elliot Page is a literal plot device to explain the movie.
the whole point of Elliot Page being there is so that we understand what the fuck is going on.
But that hallway bit, that's an all-timer.
Oh,
I love that.
Just, the dedication to that practical element.
I love that. Did you ever see the YouTube video where somebody cut it so you could see all the dreams playing out at the same time?
Yes. Yeah. Where you're following the layers through. Yeah. And like,
because you're just like, literally the one is just like that van's just collapsed, falling for like a solid hour.
Yeah. Because that's 3 layers, Dave. 3 layers.
Oh,
great film.
Pete Postlewaite.
Oh, Pete Postlewaite. And Killian.
Yeah,
and Killian Murphy.
Also, yes, that was also kind of necessary.
Yeah.
Anyway, there you go. There's my best.
I don't know if I want to watch Rye Lane right now or Inception.
Inception first.
I'm going for Inception.
Yo, put on Mombasa.
Yeah, let's just put on Mombasa.
You know what? You should put it as like the underlayer of this podcast, and then I'll get us moving.
Yeah. Oh, that'll speed us up.
So, I guess this is a high meh or a low best.
Sure.
I don't really know how to classify it because I looked at all the movies I've been watching. Like I've only watched bangers.
Yeah.
For the last little bit.
Sure. Hey, so, I've been there. You just got 3 movies. That's fine.
So this one's either a high meh, low best. It is Isle of Dogs.
Sure.
Which was a rewatch, which I haven't seen since the theater.
Since the theaters, yeah.
Since the theater. I had watched Fantastic Mr. Fox the day before. And this one is a lot more ambitious.
Yeah.
It's a lot darker.
Yeah.
And there's a lot more going on.
Yep.
And I think he gets lost in the weeds in a couple of situations.
Yeah.
But
it's
overall,
too busy.
It's very busy.
Yeah.
And there's just like, there's so many directions it's going.
Yeah.
Like it's
so
not
many things you have to like keep track of at the same time.
It's not too long.
No.
But it's just like, it's going in too many directions. There's, and there's too many characters.
Yes.
It definitely could have been dumbed down. All of that to say, love the stop motion.
Absolutely.
Love the hand drawn.
Yes.
Love the very droll fucking like voiceover work.
Yeah.
Like just like Bryan Cranston in that movie is just so fucking
good.
Droll.
Yeah.
Like there's one bit where he's just like, "You son of a bitch."
Yeah.
I was just like, wow. All right.
Just
Bryan Cranston.
Right there. Just, there you go.
And then fucking Jeff Goldblum, his character is just, did you hear the rumor?
Yeah. It's so good.
They're like, what rumor?
So
I'm like,
good.
what the fuck?
It's so
I just listened, guys. But yeah, just the voice acting is top notch.
Yeah, absolutely.
Top notch. And yeah, when everyone says he only makes like white, like he only casts white people and it's all like white nonsense.
Yeah.
There's so much Japanese culture in this movie.
Yes.
And half the movie's in Japanese.
Yes. Yeah. There was a concerted effort made by Wes Anderson.
Yeah. And just,
so good.
It's it's good, but it's not great.
Yeah. So good.
Yes. It's
Not so great.
It's not Fantastic Mr. Fox.
No.
And it's not Darjeeling,
True.
but it's
Pretty great.
pretty great. It's
pretty
good.
good. It's pretty good.
pretty good. Tony.
Well, I have a film
Sure.
that is definitely a meh.
Mm-hmm.
It is a film called Transformers: Rise of the Beasts.
Oh, good. You snuck that in.
That was just on VOD.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
came
like
out on
yesterday.
VOD yesterday. Actually,
Tony had time. He
snuck it in. Yeah.
We'll come back to sneaking it out.
It's not Bumblebee.
Sure.
I would put Bumblebee like top tier.
Yeah.
I
I
haven't
would keep
seen
it.
Bumblebee.
But
You
keep,
haven't?
No, I
It's
haven't
actually
seen.
quite good.
I haven't seen Bumblebee, and I haven't seen The Last Night. Is that the fifth one?
Mm,
Yeah.
yeah.
I was like after the fourth one where I fell asleep in the theater because I was so fucking bored. I was
Yeah.
like, you know what?
I'm good.
I don't need to see
Yeah,
this.
I get it. I get it. You should watch Bumblebee though. It's worth
I
it.
would like
Bumblebee's
to.
fun.
I would like to.
I'm a huge defender of the original Transformers. I
Sure.
think that movie is awesome. And I
Yeah,
also
it's-
have a little bit of a soft spot for Dark of the Moon.
Okay. Sure.
I like that.
I'll
one.
let you
I like that. I like
Yeah.
that one too. Revenge of the Fallen can stay in its fucking ditch. And
Yeah.
Writer's strike. They
I-
wouldn't. The audience isn't going to notice. I
Motherfucker,
think
we
they
did.
did.
Anyways, Rise of the Beast. I'm struggling here because like there is good things about it. Pete Davidson, obviously.
Sure.
But Pete Davidson gets really annoying after a while.
I bet.
Just
And-
like Pete Davidson.
And then it goes like kind of like mecha because like
Meta.
no mecha like
Mecha.
like
Oh, okay.
like think like Titanfall,
Oh, okay.
like that
Sure.
kind of thing, like exosuit, like
Okay.
I'm gonna spoil it, big spoiler.
So not the holiest land for.
Yeah, not
For the
Mecca.
Muslim
No,
people.
Yeah.
no,
Yeah, yeah.
Dave.
Okay.
Jesus.
Okay. Sorry, that's
Come
why
on,
I was.
yeah.
That's why I
Yeah.
was like, "What are you talking about?"
So I'm gonna spoiler.
Mm.
At one point, a transformer like gets like explodes on top of the main character, and it like leaves him like a suit. I was kind of drifting during this.
Right.
Leaves
yeah.
him like kind
I
of
heard
like a
about this.
suit kind of
Yeah.
thing. And then fucking what's his name? It's like Anthony Ramos.
Yeah.
Is that his name?
Yeah, that's him.
He's fighting alongside fucking Optimus Prime, fucking shooting things. Like he's Mega
Right.
Man.
Yeah.
He goes full Mega Man, and he's
Ooh,
like fucking
Mega Man.
like,
That's fun.
what the fuck?
Oh, sure.
What
Yeah.
the
All right.
fuck,
Yeah, I
man?
get Okay.
Come the fuck on.
Yeah.
One thing that it gets a full star because Ron Perlman's in it. And
Oh, that's fun.
and he plays Optimus Primal.
Oh, he plays
the
Primal.
He
Nice.
plays the gorilla.
Yeah, okay.
And he's fucking badass in it.
Yeah. Okay.
There's good to like about it. It's definitely an improvement from whatever the fuck Michael Bay was doing with those last two.
Losing the plot.
Yeah.
But was there enough action? Was there enough bayhem?
No.
Yeah, I
there
didn't
definitely
think so.
there definitely wasn't a
can't
next
be, Dave.
Bayhem.
I thought
There's only
so.
one man that can deliver Bayhem.
Exactly.
This is true.
Sunday morning, folding laundry. You're like, feeding the kids.
Sure.
You don't have to pay. You can half pay attention to it.
Got it.
But definitely not like a Friday, Saturday night, like fucking all in. Like,
Got it.
I wouldn't do it.
Got it.
What about
Yeah.
the ending tease for what's coming?
So I fell asleep during the ending, and I had to rewatch the ending because I kept
Yeah.
looking over at Melissa, and Melissa's brother's here for a bit, and he was watching it too, and I was just like, "What'd you guys think? What'd you guys think of the ending? The ending?" And everyone's like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" I was like, "The fucking ending! Everyone's
Yeah,
talking
yeah.
about." They're like, "I don't know what you mean." So they completely missed it. Completely fucking went over their
Yeah.
head.
Yeah. Cool.
And then when I rewatched it again, I was just like,
Oh
it's literally like a blink and you miss it kind of thing.
God.
Ah,
Yeah.
Lame.
Yeah.
that's lame.
So it was kind of lame. But yeah, that's Transformers.
I get it.
Yeah.
Nice.
Meh.
Nice.
Jimmy.
I want to talk about Death Wish,
Which one?
the original Charles Bronson.
Charlie Bronson.
Charlie Bronson. No dice.
You gave it a meh.
I'm giving it a Matt, Dave.
Oh,
You gave it 3.5 on
which is a
Letterboxd.
That's fine.
That's not
That's
bad. That 3.5 is not bad.
I have it on
man.
4K. I want to watch it so bad.
It's something.
Yeah, bad.
It's holy shit. It's something.
Have you seen the Bruce Willis one?
No.
Okay.
No.
I told
Dave
him
was
he
talking
did-
to me
he
about
didn't
this
know
too.
there
I
was a
didn't even
Bruce
know there was a
Willis
Bruce
one.
Willis
I told him
one.
about
Directed by
it.
Eli Roth.
Yeah,
I told him about it.
Wild. No, but I mean, like it's 1974. Like we were getting into the nitty gritty. New York was no longer the glamour spot. It was now the nitty gritty down home. There's punks and drugs and
Cesspool
violence
of fucking-
everywhere. Yeah.
As you do.
Yeah, and I mean, like, so I kind of knew the only things I kind of knew about Death Wish was A, Charlie Bronson, B, a lot of violence and revenge.
Vigilantism.
How are the were the kills like inventive?
Hey,
or
let me
is
get
it-
there.
Okay.
So like it opens with like this man's family. Oh my good God, this poor guy. But then like it takes like this hard pivot where he goes out to like the Arizona desert for a while to plan some real estate development. It just kind of takes a turn.
Okay.
And I was just like, oh, I thought we were just going to get like straight into the vigilantism. I could already see why he would want to. He had just lost his wife and his daughter was raped. I mean, let's just get on with it. This man is upset.
Exactly.
But no, we had to take a small adventure
Little
out to
side
Arizona
quest?
for a bit. Side quest, yeah, so
Side
that he
quest.
could plan a housing development. Anyway, he comes back and that's where shit kicks off, where he's just like tired of seeing the scum. And anyway, he gets a gun because he went to Arizona. I don't ask.
Yeah.
It's easy to get a gun in Arizona.
Yeah, I guess. So then the kills get a lot more fun. And then they just start happening left and right. And I mean, like, he's like sitting on a subway train waiting for someone to just like fuck with him so he could shoot them.
Okay.
And like nobody up until the last kill, nobody comes at him with a gun. Everybody's got a knife, and he's like he's just like mowing these guys down with a gun, and nobody is like prepared for that.
Fantastic. So there's no guns in New York. It's literally just
it's all knives.
It's all knives.
Knives for days.
Okay.
Until the
fantastic.
very end.
Switchblades and shit.
Yeah. It's
Little
all
butterfly knives.
I don't know
Yeah.
anything about Death Wish 2, but I feel like this is something that should be addressed.
Yeah, I think so.
There's like 5 of them, aren't there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a
There-
lot.
for some reason.
There's a lot, and it's always Charlie Bronson.
Yeah, I feel like he needed money for something. But anyway,
Need to exercise some demons.
It's not he needed the money, it's that white America liked seeing a
True.
white guy shooting black black punks, and that's why he kept making more movies.
True. And what I will say is, okay, when
I say punk, I mean
yes,
Yeah.
I know the low
Yes.
lifes in this movie, the way that they are portrayed generally tend to skew black. Fun fact, though, they do directly call that out in this movie.
Do they?
In 1974, they called it out. It's a throwaway sort of line that happens at a party that he goes to because he's still like he's a vigilante by night, but he's still
got to do some partying, you know.
he still has a job.
Of course.
So he goes to this like work company function thing, and there's this lady there because he's talking about like the vigilante. He's now got notoriety. They don't know who he is, but the vigilante's got notoriety in the city for like taking back the streets sort of thing from all these low lifes. And this one woman's just like, there's like there just seems to be like a disproportionate amount of black people being killed. And someone's like, what? You want like equality for muggers? You want more white muggers out there? Like there's not enough white muggers is what you're saying?
What a
And, like,
ridiculous line.
I was just like, all right, well, at least you noticed, I guess. Like
it's still a very meta moment.
yeah, to even notice it. Also, Jeff Goldblum's in it as one of the lowlifes.
All right. Well, I guess
As the
I guess
white
we're
low, he was one of the white
he was
muggers.
one of the white muggers.
There we go.
Yeah. Anyway, like,
Fantastic.
it's ridiculous. It's the 70s. He's firing off a hand cannon and just destroying people left and right. And then he gets sent away to Chicago, where I assume Death Wish 2 takes place in Chicago. If it doesn't, that's a leap of continuity they're gonna have to fix. But he gets to Chicago, and there's like he's in the train station, and there's like, oh, we set you up like a nice little apartment. And he just like looks over. There's like punks harassing a pregnant lady, and he's just like, fuck yeah, like he's just like, I'm home, like I'm gonna fucking kill these people. And like, there's the last moment of the film is these punks are kind of taunting him as he's helping this lady like pick up the groceries that they knocked over, and he just looks over and he puts up a finger gun and just goes, and that's how.
So he's going full Clint Eastwood.
Yeah, pretty much.
Perfect. So we got this booted up after Inception, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Death Wish.
I was thinking we should watch it like with like Straw Dogs and fucking like Dirty Harry.
Oh,
like,
so it's gonna be a cold shower kind of day.
Like, it just seems like that kind of vibe I would want for watching Death Wish.
Fantastic. All right.
Anyway, check it out. It's a high meh.
High meh. Okay.
It's not like my favorite thing, but it was good.
I really wanted you to watch the Bruce Willis one. I really want to know how you feel.
So that's next. You got to watch that. You got to watch Bruce Willis sleep through that one.
Right. Yeah. Excellent.
But he does fuck up a lot of people.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. All right, Dave, go.
All right, my worst. This is a random one. I just needed to kill some time, so I saw this was on Netflix, so I just hit. I was like, sure, let's watch it. Starsky and Hutch.
Nice.
Really?
Owen Wilson and Ben
Oh,
Stiller.
come on, man. That movie's fun.
It's
Oh no, that's gonna go in Tony's
Not
rewatch list.
I've already rewatched it.
Oh Jesus, Tony.
it is not good. The aesthetic, the 70s aesthetic
Yeah,
is great.
sure.
And the music is great.
Yeah.
Costumes are amazing.
The costumes are great. The look and feel is great. The fucking Gran Torino, bright red, amazing.
The fucking sweater, man.
Man,
They're fucking driving it around, and it looks fucking incredible.
Yeah. Did you queue up Clint Eastwood singing Gran Torino?
No,
after?
unfortunately, I didn't.
You're so in love with the Gran Torino.
But literally, it's not funny.
Sure.
And it can't decide if it wants to be a satirical take on Starsky and Hutch,
or
a
remake.
A remake of Starsky and Hutch, a homage to Starsky. Like, it can't decide what lane it wants to go in.
Yeah.
And the whole movie suffers for it.
Rough.
Because Starsky and Hutch was not a comedy.
Nope.
It was a dramatic procedural. And this movie, well, it tries, it can't inject the comedy into it.
Yeah.
It's weird.
It feels like
It's a very weird vibe.
it feels like it was of that time where they kept like redoing 80s or 70s or 80s TV shows and like making them into like movies of some way. And
SWAT.
Miami Vice.
Miami Vice.
Yeah. Also, big shout outs to the Bear for having the alarm password as Go Fast Boats Mojitos, which was my favorite call out I've ever heard ever. Anyway, sorry, that was a sidetrack.
Oh, but I will give it. They cast Snoop Dogg as Huggy Bear.
Oh yeah,
and that
inspired
casting. That is perfect. That's perfect. I have no notes.
Yeah.
But Tony, you said you watched it recently. I didn't realize fucking Vince Vaughn's the villain.
Yeah.
Jason Bateman's there. Patton Oswalt shows up. Terry Crews shows up.
Yeah,
fucking Juliette Lewis is fucking his mistress.
It's a menagerie of.
Amy Smart shows up, and Carmen Electra shows up.
Yeah,
like remember Carmen Electra? She was a thing.
Do I?
Todd Phillips directed this one.
Todd Phillips
it just makes so much sense.
Yeah,
and I'm pretty sure the Dan Band is the band of the scenes.
Excellent.
The original Starsky and Hutch show up for a cameo.
Yeah, obviously.
Sure, of course.
They were always going to.
Of course.
Fred Williamson's the chief of police.
Yeah.
And fucking Chris Penn shows up.
Yeah. What a ridiculous.
And since we were talking about the early 2000s or the early aughts, of course, there's a side character played by Will Ferrell.
Naturally.
Of course.
I mean, it was his time. He was at his peak.
That was peak Will Ferrell.
It was the height of his career, Dave.
Like that was like
this to be in every pseudo comedy movie.
It was before Anchorman.
Jason Bateman was Vince Vaughn's number 2, right?
Yeah.
That's fucking wild.
Just ridiculous.
Yeah.
Just ridiculous.
Yeah. And there's a dance off.
Yeah.
When Ben Stiller's supposed to be on cocaine, and it's just
that cocaine scene was ridiculous.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. Tony.
So I got a movie that can top your Starsky and Hutch.
Can it?
It is a big bag of
challenge accepted.
This movie is a big bag of dicks.
Yeah.
I fucking hated it.
Okay.
It's new on Netflix.
Oh, fun.
It is called The Outlaws.
The Outlaws.
Yep.
Oh, The Outlaws.
Adam Devine,
Yeah,
Nina
yeah,
Dobrev,
yeah, yeah.
and Pierce Brosnan.
Yeah.
Ellen Burstyn.
And Ellen Burstyn.
Come on.
What the fuck?
I know,
Tony?
I know.
Yeah.
Shame on me. Shame
Yes.
on me. I apologize to friend of the podcast, Ellen Burstyn.
You wish Ellen
Yeah.
Burstyn would be friend of the
If
podcast.
only.
She's never going to be the friend of the podcast now, you bastard.
Well, that was fucking rude. Okay. I've obviously offended somebody.
Apparently.
Anyways,
I was really
I'm
hoping
gonna
she would be a friend of the podcast.
I'm gonna offend anybody who actually likes this movie because this movie's fucking awful.
Yeah.
I don't know what the fuck Pierce Brosnan's doing. I don't know if it's his real accent or if he's putting on an accent.
Mm.
He sounds fucking weird.
He should sound Irish. That is his true accent.
It's true.
He doesn't sound Irish.
Well, then it's not. He's putting on an accent, Tony.
Does he sound Welsh?
Sorry.
He just
Okay,
sound-
he's doing a bad
he's
accent.
doing
Yeah.
something weird. Adam Devine's just being Adam Devine. You can't.
Sure.
If you got Adam Devine in the movie, you know what you're getting.
Yeah.
Nina
That's fair.
Dobrev has the acting equivalency to this wooden board in front of us.
Nice.
But she
And-
looks good.
She looks good. The movie is just bad,
Yeah.
and it's not even funny.
Mm.
Adam Devine gets you're laughing at him for 5 minutes. His workaholics counterpart. His name is escaping me right now.
The guy with the hair or the other guy?
The guy with the hair. His name is Blake, I think.
Blake, yeah.
Don't
He
know his last name.
He showed up in Dope. I was watching Dope
Yeah.
a
Oh,
few months ago, and I was like, hey, it's that guy.
That guy.
He's funny.
Yeah.
Because he's just always funny.
Excellent.
But the rest of the movie, it's your standard, it's your cookie cutter, boy meets girl, boy wants to marry girl. He has to impress her parents. Her parents are bank robbers.
Sure.
You've seen one, you've seen them all.
Okay. So the hook is that they're bank robbers.
They're bank robbers.
Cool.
And they rob, and Adam Devine is a bank manager at a
Of
bank.
course.
And they rob his bank.
Of course. Of course.
Naturally.
Of course. Naturally.
That is what would happen. Yes.
Netflix has this awful habit of just putting out the same rom-coms over and over again, and
Sure.
then just sprinkling fucking unicorn farts and pixie dust on it
Sure.
and changing the name. You
Yeah.
gotta do better.
Yeah.
You gotta do better.
Some of them are great.
Some of them are great, but if you look at
That
every
Lindsay
single one,
Lohan Christmas one.
yeah,
Set It Up with fucking.
Set It Up was good.
I love Set It Up.
Someone Great or Something Great or
Someone
Someone Great.
Someone great.
That one was really good too.
And Haley Lou's got one coming out.
Oh,
in
we're good.
September.
I know how much you love Haley Lou.
I love Haley Lou. Not nominated for an Emmy. What the fuck, Emmys?
Yeah. Yeah.
Because they're too busy giving fucking awards out to The Last of Us and
Yeah.
fucking
Literally, I feel like everybody in the cast got nominated except Haley Lou.
Bullshit.
Not unacceptable.
But then, also, for every one of those, there's also a pile of dog shit right
There's
behind
just
it,
a pile
so-
of dog shit. And Adam Devine,
Yeah.
he has what? I want to say 3 Netflix movies.
Sure.
They're all the same.
Yeah.
One of his Disney Plus one got taken off for tax write-offs.
Yeah.
Nice.
See, but that one was actually half decent.
Nice.
He's funny on Righteous Gemstones.
he's got his
to watch
he's got
that.
he's got his moments.
Fucking wild.
Nice.
But avoid this movie like the plague.
All right.
Don't see it. I saw it, so you don't have to. I wasted 90 minutes of my life.
I'll take that.
Yeah.
I think I saw that you rated it low on Letterboxd, and that's why I went for Starsky and Hutch, because I was considering doing
Yeah,
Gale Mods.
yeah. Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Tony
Yeah.
saved us all.
All right.
You're welcome.
Mine's not really a worst. I just kind of want to talk about it. I also squeaked one end of the wire. We're going to talk about some Asteroid City.
Asteroid City also hit VOD yesterday.
Indeed, it did. Well, yesterday for us, but
For
yesterday
us,
for
yes.
us. Yes.
A
For-
week
for
ago.
the rest
A week
of
ago
you,
for the
yeah,
rest of you.
for the
For the
rest
rest
of
of you
you,
listening.
much time.
Yeah. You get it.
You guys aren't selling me on this movie. I'm
You
glad
get
I
it.
didn't
You
see
get
it in
it.
theaters.
You get it. I use my
It's
freebie
gorgeous.
I use my freebie Cine Club. I was fun.
Yeah, it's fun.
God bless Cine Club.
It's gorgeous.
Oh yeah.
It's again much like I felt with the French Dispatch. It is the most Wes Anderson Like
that's fair.
it feels like, with all of his, he's just leaning so far into it now. Where before it was just like, oh, this was kind of cutesy. Now it's just like, oh no, I'm gonna make everything look like this. And it's like, all right, man, like we know.
I wanted to retroactively go back to French Dispatch.
Yeah.
And not think it was totally Wes Anderson doing the most Wes Anderson thing that Wes Anderson's ever Wes Anderson.
Yeah. Yeah. Like I honestly kind of want to rewatch it now after watching Asteroid City and see if that one is somehow more subdued than maybe I thought it was, because maybe it is. Anyway, I don't know. This had some cool moments. I laughed quite a bit at times. Like I thought it had some really funny moments to it. I also want to do a hoedown to a bluegrass track because there was a lot of that. But otherwise, like, it was incredibly meta, and I'm not sure if it counts as breaking the fourth wall or the fifth wall when you have a movie within a play within a fourth wall break. So what is that? 8 walls?
There's quite a few walls.
It breaks a lot.
Call up Ryan Reynolds. He's definitely got.
I think he said it was 8 walls.
Yeah.
A break within a break is 8 walls, I think. But anyway, it does that a lot.
Oh, fuck. It's a break within a break within a break, because they're going.
True.
They're talking.
True.
Like it's the guy who wrote the play.
Yeah.
And they're playing his stuff out.
Yeah.
And then they're putting on the play. And then he's leaving the play.
Oh my God. Yeah. That fucking was just like, what the fuck is going on? Also, waste of Jeff Goldblum.
Yeah.
Why?
Totally wasted.
Why?
But you chuckled though.
I did. But why?
You know what? It makes sense. It makes total sense.
Yes. Yeah.
It makes total sense.
Yeah.
And at least he had the decency to make those like scenes that aren't in the play are in black and white.
Correct. Yeah. And framed in 4:3.
Yeah.
So that was interesting too.
And Bryan Cranston.
Doesn't Bryan Cranston go full Twilight Zone in
he's like the narrator.
He's the narrator for the whole thing. And there's some moments even with him where he shows up in it and he's just like, I'm not supposed to be here. And it's again very meta and very like, what? Like anyway,
it's weird. It is strange.
Honestly, guys, the fact that you guys are both like kind of like on the fence about it, I feel like I'm gonna watch it and have a fucking blast.
You might.
You might.
I have 3 points that I just want to make, and then we will move on. And one, actually maybe 4 points. One, miniature work, fantastic, looked gorgeous. Chef's kiss on that. Beautiful miniature work. 2, fun fact: Edward Norton made $4,200 doing this movie.
Cool.
And so he was like,
yeah,
he was like, if anyone asks why I do Dolce & Gabbana commercials, it's because I want to do Wes Anderson films, and Wes Anderson does not pay me.
Yeah, because there was like a slight controversy about Scarlett Johansson pointing out how much money she made. I think it was like SAG plus 10% or something.
Wasn't it like $1,400 a week?
It was whatever it is, like SAG minimum, and then I think like 10% on top of that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like she's making God knows how many million as Black Widow, and she's like making scraps in Wes Anderson.
Literally, Edward was like, I made $4,200.
But it's I think it's like that's how he keeps it cheap.
Well, that's it, right? Like he's able to pull off these movies and make these movies and make them the way that he wants, and he's developed enough of a brand since the beginning. I mean, he's always been making movies on the cheap, but he's delivered quality all the time, and people want to work with him because of him as an artist.
He's a brand, right? He's made himself a brand.
Yeah.
He's an auteur with a capital A.
He's an auteur.
Like he's like one of the only directors in Hollywood that can put butts in the seats just because it's directed by him.
He's a genre unto himself.
Exactly. He's his own genre.
Correct. Point 3, Steve Carell. Great.
I told you.
I really liked that.
So good.
Also, vending machines at the wazoo. That was fun.
That was
You'll understand that later.
I'll get it.
And 4th, just a quick shout out to Maya Hawke. I think she did really well in this, sort of holding her own in like a sort of a still side role, but a more prominent side role, I think.
That's fair.
And in a different role that I've seen her in. So anyway, I enjoyed Maya Hawke.
Nice.
What about that bird? Did you like the bird?
Yeah, the Roadrunner is great. Again, miniature work. Fantastic. So good.
And the bank robbery or whatever.
That keeps happening.
Sounds like you guys actually like this movie.
I want to watch it again, but it's strange.
nonsense.
It's nonsensical and like
It's probably
you know what? Just watch.
honestly,
it. Cool.
it was probably one of the funniest Wes Anderson movies. There's so many little fucking jokes in this movie. Like the fucking stupid little fence around the crater. Like it's so tiny. And then when they quarantine it, they just put one barrier in front of the gate at the front. And it's this tiny little fucking fence that anyone could just like climb over.
I love it.
It's silly. Like there's so much silly in this that like if you're just looking for it, you'll see it and it's fun in that way. But like if you start thinking about the plot too much, just don't.
It just
gets aggravating.
Makes sense.
Cool. So that wraps that up.
Alrighty.
Want to do some Shudder minute?
Before we do,
Mm-hmm.
I just want to do a quick shout out because I just finished it. The Bear season 2.
Sure. Yeah.
It was on Hulu in the States.
Correct.
Came out at the end of June. Comes on Disney Plus on July 19th.
Yes.
I'm not sure if they're doing it weekly episodes or if they're putting
they're dropping it all. Yeah.
Because last time they did weekly episodes.
Correct. Yeah.
But holy shit, boys.
Yeah.
This thing
Yeah.
it's
Yep.
incredible.
Absolutely.
And there's the centerpiece is an hour-long flashback episode called Fishes.
Mm.
And if you guys don't know who shows up, it's gonna blow your fucking mind.
Great.
And
I'm so excited.
the intensity of this one, like fucking like oh God, how do I say it?
Bottle episode.
One bottle episode.
Yeah.
Like holy Jesus.
Amazing. Well, they did like a super intense bottle episode in season 1 too that was like aces. So
Yeah,
I can only imagine they're gonna
when
like
they're-
double down and deliver
when they get the machine, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they do something like that again too.
Oh
Nice.
fuck.
And it's just as intense, if not more
Fucking
intense. But this
cool.
one episode is
Yeah.
just it's
Excellent.
like an hour and change.
Yeah.
It just like it hits you like a stack of bricks. I had to pause it and just kind of like dry heave for a bit because
Good
I was
Lord.
just like, holy Jesus.
Excellent. Oh, that sounds so good.
Nice.
Yeah. I can't wait till everybody in Canada sees it.
Yes.
Because my God.
Yeah.
Also, shout out to them for all getting Emmy noms.
Good for them.
Love it.
Proud of them.
Love it.
The little show that could. Shudder minute time?
Yeah, let's get fucking weird.
Let's do it.
Evil lurking deep inside, its darkness knows no limit. So listen closely if you dare. This is the Shudder Minute.
So what do you got?
Spooky.
I got a movie. It's called Quicksand.
Oh, all right.
I'll sum it up for you real quick.
Mhm.
A couple on the brink of divorce decide to go for a hike in Colombia.
Yeah.
As you do.
As you do. They get back to their car. Somebody is trying to steal their car. The man tries to be a hero. Doesn't work in his favor. And the two of them end up in quicksand. Actually,
good
I shouldn't say that. The girl ends up in quicksand, running away. And then the guy, and then she gets swallowed by the quicksand. And then the guy thinks it's a great idea to save said woman. Very heroic because he has a hero complex.
Yep.
As you do for men on the brink of divorce.
Naturally.
He jumps into the quicksand and tries to save her, and he lifts her up, and then he gets stuck himself. And the whole movie plays out, the two of them in quicksand.
Cool.
Do you guys want to ask how I felt about the movie?
Yeah. Nice.
Was it
Nice.
just as slow
Nice. I was sinking into quicksand.
as sinking into quicksand?
I just didn't give a fuck.
Oh.
The two main actors have no chemistry. They are
Well, they're on the brink of divorce.
of course. But like, you want to cheer for them. You want to be like they're gonna make it through it.
Right.
But I just didn't care.
Mm.
I didn't care.
So beyond them not having chemistry, they didn't have chemistry with the audience.
They didn't. You just don't give a shit.
Mm.
And like, there's some scenes with ants, so I know you'll love that.
Yeah, not watching
good.
Dave.
I'm
Looking at Dave.
writing that off. Not watching that shit.
It was just a bag of dicks. I'm sorry.
Nice.
Don't watch it. I was kind of excited about it because like I like those like horror movies where it's like one location and they're like trapped. But this ain't it. This ain't it. This one didn't vibe with me.
Cool.
Yeah. That one should come out on July 14th. So if you're listening to this on Tuesday, it came out last Friday.
Yes. So good. Check it out.
Check it out if you want.
But Tony says no.
Tony says no. Go watch Nocebo.
Yeah. Tony says nay.
Spoonful of sugar.
Nice.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Watch those ones instead.
Cool.
Yeah.
Hey, look, Tony kept it to a minute.
Proud of you.
I'm so proud of you, buddy.
You're welcome, everybody.
You want to jump in? Talk about this?
Let's hit the main event or the prologue to the main event.
Do you choose to accept this main event?
Yes. Yes, I do.
Excellent. Let's get started then.
All right. We're going to talk about Mission Impossible: Dead Reckoning Part 1.
Mission Impossible.
But before we do, I watched all fucking 6 movies.
Look at you, overachiever.
I watched like I watched the first one at the beginning of the year, and then I watched 2 to 6 in like a 5-day span.
I watched them all in September last year, so they are all still fresh in my mind. Although I forgot to log Rogue Nation, and I'm kind of mad at myself because
I would be too.
I don't understand how that would have happened. But here we are. I apparently didn't log it, and now I don't know when I watched it because it's been almost a year.
So you just have like that collection, and it says 6 out of 7.
Yeah,
Rogue Nation.
And I'm like, but I refuse to just say that. Like, I know that I've watched it, and I can log that I've watched it, but I refused because I don't remember when I watched it. And I want to put the date in there.
Yeah, you gotta be authentic on Letterboxd.
So I might have to just rewatch it again just to say that I did.
Proud of you.
I went with all the odds, so I watched 1, 3, 5.
That's actually a pretty good one.
Yeah.
It's a pretty good run to watch, except, not watching Rogue Nation. Or not Rogue Nation.
Ghost Protocol.
Ghost Protocol is great. Fallout, though.
I feel like Fallout's still like really fresh in my mind.
Sure.
You still deserve to rewatch
obviously.
it.
Yeah.
Did you know I got Melissa to watch it because I'm trying to get Melissa all hyped for her thing, and she's like, "Oh, I want to watch a Mission Impossible." I was watch 6. 6 amazing. You know what that girl has the audacity to say to me? What are you talking about, Tony? Fallout was so boring.
What?
Yeah.
No.
And then you know what I find out? I was like, "Hey Mel, what were you?" Oh, Dave's getting up. He's
leaving.
Dave's
done. Yeah, that was too much.
I was like, "Were you watching the movie or were you doing something?" Well, I was doing something. I was only paying half attention.
No.
I was like, then your opinion means nothing.
No, not
it
in
is
this case.
invalid, and you need to try again.
Yeah.
So, how many of them have you seen theatrically?
How many have I seen theatrically? I think I saw theatrically. I think I saw from Ghost Protocol onwards.
Okay.
Pretty sure that sounds about right for me.
Okay, because I know that Tony and I saw Mission Impossible 2 in theaters, and we were 2 of 3 people in the theater, and I'm pretty sure the gentleman that was also in there didn't speak English and didn't know where he was.
Nice.
Nice. And then I've seen all of them since then.
Sure.
Yeah,
Except I haven't seen I didn't see the first one. I watched the first one on VHS.
Oh, yeah,
VHS.
same. Yeah.
I watched that one religiously. I didn't get a single thing that was happening except for the fucking knock list.
Yeah. You know what I always remember about that VHS? That I just lived in our uncle's house. There was just the VHS copy of Mission Impossible 1 that just sat in his basement beside his fucking giant projector ass system.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, right? I remember that copy of Mission Impossible so vividly because it just sat there forever.
We watched it so many fucking times.
Definitely.
I don't think we ever watched it there.
No, but
we watched it
was
everywhere.
there. Yeah.
That would have been a cool place to watch it.
Yeah, we should pop
missed
that in.
opportunity.
Anyway. Sorry, it was just a memory. How do you want to approach this? Do you want to just like?
So which one's your favorite? Before like, no, sorry. Which one is your favorite that's not called Fallout?
Ooh.
Okay, mine's Ghost Protocol.
Yeah, Ghost Protocol is the one where they're in Dubai, right?
Yeah,
Burj Khalifa.
Yeah,
mine would also be Ghost Protocol.
Yeah,
it's not as good as I remember it being.
No,
but nothing will ever top that scene.
Oh my god, it's fucking incredible.
We saw that in IMAX, and
I remember vividly that scene in IMAX, and my balls were in my stomach.
Just like
time.
him looking down, and the screen opens up.
Yeah.
I'm just like,
so fucking good. Yeah.
whoa.
And that was, I mean, I think, you know what it was too is like,
And then they do the goofy sandstorm scene right after, which kind of sucks.
yeah,
but
whatever. You get to see him run for a while.
When don't you see fucking Tom Cruise running
Yeah, I
this
know,
franchise?
but that's the point. It's a good opportunity.
he literally is always running.
Yeah.
Somebody is always wearing a fucking mask.
Always.
So
And
you
these are
never
things you
know.
can
fucking
count on.
motorcycle.
These
Never
are things you can
know.
count on.
You never know. They play out the entire movie in the theme,
Yes,
In
in
the
the opening credits. Yeah,
the opening theme bit.
yeah.
Except
They play
the third
out-
one.
No, they show it in the third
It's
one
in the
too.
third
No, I don't think so.
Yes, it is.
Really?
They all play it out.
Okay.
I assure you. You want to
Yeah.
pop it in?
Buddy, I saw the third one, and I don't remember the thing playing out.
It's just highlights. Yeah,
Yeah.
But anyway,
It's not as much
it's
where
not
they're
as,
showing like the specific, like they're just showing specific clips.
it's not. It's not as much as when you like watch Fallout again and go, the entire movie's here.
movie's in here.
Why the fuck? But okay, I also think that Ghost Protocol was also the first time where you finally are just like, holy shit. There's moments. In the first one, I mean, you have the whole moment in where he's like getting the knock list
in Langley.
in Langley. Yeah,
That's incredible. That
Incredible.
scene is incredible.
it is absolutely. In the second one, I mean, the fucking movie opens with him like free soloing a fucking cliff face. Great. Otherwise,
When I
it's
watched it, he goes up and then he gets the sunglasses and he gets the mission or whatever.
Yeah.
You could see the camera.
Yeah.
You could see the camera,
Yeah.
like the camera guy, and I think
Look.
it's John Woo behind him, like looking
Yeah.
in the sunglasses.
John Woo did exactly what he needed to do in there, doves and all.
It's so bad.
It's bad.
It's so
What was the crazy thing in the
bad.
third one?
Tony, that bridge scene.
The bridge scene. Right,
the bridge scene. The bridge
Okay.
scene.
Up until then, yeah.
And the fucking motorcycle
And the motorcycle fight.
The fight with motorcycles.
The fight with motorcycles.
Oh,
Yes.
when they
We'll-
fucking
yeah.
they just hop off and
Yeah.
jump at each other.
Yeah.
Like,
Sand gun.
Yeah. Yeah. So
sand gun.
oh, sand gun.
That
Okay,
movie's
so
awful.
but moments that are like, oh, that's fucking wild or that's fucking cool. But I think Ghost Protocol was the first one where you're just like, holy fucking shit. Like, what are you doing, sir? And I think that's where like it pivots and takes off, and it kind of figured out what it needed to be and what it was going to be and what Tom Cruise was willing to do to himself for our entertainment.
It's also the first one that actually like continues a storyline.
Correct. Yeah.
Because 1 to 3 have nothing to do with each other other than the fact that Ethan Hunt's there and
Yeah.
fucking
He's done shit before.
Luther's there.
and,
too.
and Luther
Yeah.
shows up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then from that point on, it gets
It's a
focus.
Yeah.
It gets a continuing storyline. You get characters that you get to attach to. It becomes a franchise of itself instead of 3 kind of loosely connected sequels or installments.
But then they start looking very similar, which I
Yes.
like the fact that the first 4 movies are all
wildly different.
Wildly different.
Yeah.
I think
Different
that's
directors,
So, I think
and you
that's
can
so
see it.
cool.
And
Yeah.
different styles and
Yeah.
everything, right? Different, almost different
Yeah.
genres too, right? Because like the
Oh, yeah,
first,
the
the
first
first
one
one's
is
more like a thriller,
spy
like a
thriller.
paranoid
Paranoid
spy
thriller,
thriller.
Hitchcock, fucking
Second one is
De Palma.
De Palma.
Yeah.
That is a De Palma
It's a
movie.
De Palma movie. Second one is a John Woo movie, an Americanized John Woo movie that kind of exists.
Yeah.
And then the third one is JJ. So it's just fucking, it's Lens
Gritty,
Flare
raw,
City.
And it's
Yeah.
JJ's first like it's like his
Yeah.
feature directorial debut
Yeah.
for film, and it looks like shit.
Yeah.
Oh
it's
man,
not good.
I
It
wanted to
looks
talk
like
about
hot
that.
shit.
Yeah.
So you had a very interesting take on Letterboxd about the third one, and I hold the third one very near and dear to my heart. And I watched it, and I remember enjoying this movie. I have a soft spot for this movie, but after I finished it, I was like, you know what? I hate to admit it, but Dave was kind of right. The fucking handheld is just so
Yeah.
fucking annoying.
Yeah.
Some of the movie just doesn't make any fucking sense.
And
Yeah.
It's fucking dark.
It's
dark.
It's dark and like it's so
much nonsense.
nonsense. But
It's
I will
bad.
say
It's bad.
I
It's
wouldn't
bad.
say it's bad. I wouldn't say it's like Mission Impossible 2 bad, but
That's fair.
it definitely doesn't hold up. But Philip Seymour Hoffman, on the other hand,
Hey, you don't touch the Hoffman.
that motherfucker, like he is vicious.
Scene, that opening scene
yeah.
is that like that's like top 5
Yeah.
Mission
Yeah,
Impossible
Absolutely.
moment.
Absolutely.
Yeah. It's so good.
It's such a great scene. Like I remember seeing the movie and I was like, holy Jesus, and then nothing matches that.
Yeah.
He is so vicious and so menacing in the movie.
Yeah.
Like,
And even just like the way that they had to,
and he's doing circles around fucking everybody.
yeah, and even just the way that he had to act when he had to act as him acting as Ethan, acting as his character, like, and
Yeah.
just the subtle differences in the performance that he gave just for that, because he knew what was happening. Like, it's so good, so very good.
I just love that every time they put the masks on,
Yeah.
for some reason their body changes.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
They never like I get it. You got to wear the costumes and stuff, but like you never see them like putting in padding or anything.
You know what I have to admire and love about this entire franchise is that to this day, to this fucking most recent movie that we're going to talk about in a bit, the way that they shoot people using these masks has never changed. It is, we're putting on this almost plastic face, and then we're going to weirdly kind of pan out just so that they're kind of not on frame, and then cut back, and we got the actor again, and it's the actual actor, and don't fucking question it, just accept that that's what's happening.
And then don't and then when they take the fucking mask off, it's literally like they're pulling it down and you see their fucking eyes go, and it's like the big fucking reveal. Like,
it's so cool. It's such a cool effect.
It's cool, but it has never changed.
No, it's just
never changed.
They could be doing other things. They could be doing like AI, like face replacements and shit like that. Nope. No. Masks.
I love it.
Masks, and then just use the other actor. It's great.
I feel like the TV show did that.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
and I love that it's just
TV show
stayed.
thing.
I love that it's just stayed. It's never adapted or evolved. Like they've done so many crazy things with technology as it's increased as the movies have gone along, and that remains they can build masks in like 32 seconds now, whereas like what was watching like the second one where it's just like slowly fucking like printing a mask, like there's like spray paints and shit, and it looks so bad, like it looks like a terrible Halloween mask, and like now it's like here's an actual rendition of someone's face in 32 seconds flat. Like,
well, the series is 30 years old now, and it's based on a show from 60 years ago.
But again, just like they're still committed to the mask bit. They may have like the technology to make the mask look better, but shooting it, no. We do the same thing. It's all good.
Also, your boys at Slash Film, they put out an article today on how to watch the Mission Impossible series chronologically.
Oh, fuck. I didn't get to that article
Do you want to know how to watch it chronologically, Tony?
1 to 7?
Yeah. You watch the TV show first.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
That's the chronological order.
The chronological order.
Yeah.
Does the TV show feed into the first movie?
Yeah. Jim.
Does it really?
So Jim Phelps.
Yeah.
Is God, what's his name? He's your boy. You guys love him.
John Voight. I just like to everybody listening to this podcast right now. My boy is not John Voight.
He's not our boy.
Okay, so your boy John Voight plays.
Just want to make it clear to everybody. Fuck John Voight.
Yeah, fuck John Voight.
So Jim Phelps was the main character in the TV show.
Yeah.
In both variations of the TV show. And fans of the TV show were fucking furious that he breaks bad and he's the villain in the first one.
Okay. Cool.
And that's like, it's also kind of like a all bets are off type thing. Like
I get
the
it.
guy you've fucking like idolized the whole time is the fucking villain. And we were talking about Starsky and Hutch earlier, where the old Starsky and Hutch showed up.
Yeah.
Apparently the cast refused to show up or do cameos because he was the villain and because they wanted to kill them all off too.
Right.
Like it was like literally they were just scrubbing it.
Oh.
Which is fucking wild. But cool. That's how the TV show connects. Is Jim Phelps is the lead character.
Got it.
Oh, very interesting.
So
I do like, since we're still talking about this current movie, but talking about the previous iterations, I do like that they did find a way to like still harken back to the first one with using Vanessa Kirby and making her
as
Max's daughter.
Max's daughter, yeah.
Yeah.
The
So
White
finding a
Widow.
way- the White Widow, yeah. Which I like. I like it. It's like a subtle, like sort of throwaway thing, and like it plays more of a part in Dead Reckoning.
The
But,
Dead Reckoning, yeah.
but just even that it's in Followed, it was just like, oh yeah, no, remember Max? She's dead now, but it's still kind of here.
Yeah.
Vanessa Kirby's great.
And he always finds a way to make out with one of the girls.
Oh, always.
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 There's just
So he's
this
gotta-
random part where
He's gotta have a.
like,
He's gotta
it
have
doesn't
a
make sense to
keys.
make out with Paula Patton, but he just does it.
He just
And
does.
Vanessa Kirby's just like, yeah, let's do it. And it's just like,
Okay.
all right, cool,
Can I ask you guys about Rogue Nation?
sure.
What do you guys think of that movie? I've seen Rogue Nation 3 times.
I love the opening.
Don't ask James; he's fucking cut it out.
Yeah, apparently I never saw it. No, I love the opening to that movie.
The opera scene. The
Um,
opera scene's pretty good.
opera
too.
scene
I
is-
The
like that.
opera scene
Great.
is
Yeah,
amazing.
I like that scene a
The
lot.
introduction of Ilsa is
Yeah.
great.
Ilsa
Yeah.
Faust in the opera scene. What she does, what she's wearing, just like holy Jesus.
Yeah,
Rebecca Ferguson, right?
Rebecca
Correct,
Ferguson.
yeah.
She is a fucking force of nature in this franchise, man.
yeah,
She
absolutely.
is
And like
amazing.
that was her introduction. It was great. I was
Yeah.
also bringing on Sean Harris
Sean
Harris,
yeah.
yeah. He was a menace too.
as a fantastic
Yeah.
2-movie villain in a way, I guess.
It ends really soft.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It has a very soft ending.
Yeah.
But when you watch Followed immediately afterwards, you're like, okay, that makes sense.
That makes sense, yeah.
This is fine.
Yeah.
But I
I see
remember
how
when
this
we
is
first
going
saw
now.
it,
Yeah.
I was just like, okay.
Oh, yeah.
Can I just point out? I did say I saw this movie 3 times.
You said 3
Yeah.
times, yeah.
I have not stayed awake once.
Eh,
Wow.
Once. I've seen this movie 3 times and I've fallen asleep all 3 times.
yeah.
I
get
fell
it.
asleep
It's
I fell asleep in the theater. I fell asleep my second view. I watched it again for this podcast and I fucking fell asleep again. I don't understand. People fucking worship this movie and they fucking
Mm.
love this movie.
Mm.
And I just don't fucking see it.
Yeah.
It's because the money shot in that movie is right at the beginning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
all the other
it blows
movies
its
don't-
load right
they
away.
blow its
Like-
load right away.
Like Mission
Yeah.
Impossible 3, the best scene is at the beginning, but
Yeah.
like it's still kind of intense. Like it's still
you still got
kind
that
of-
scene. You still got that
There's
scene
great
on the bridge
moments,
to.
yeah.
There's still
hold you over
moments
it.
after,
Yeah.
Ghost Protocol's Burj Khalifa's in the middle,
Yeah.
right? There's nothing that matches up to Tom Cruise
hanging off the side of
hanging
a
off the
fucking
side
plane.
of
Yeah.
a plane.
Yeah. It's fucking nuts from
It's
Jump
nuts.
Street. Like,
It's nuts. But I just don't see why everyone loves this movie. And I just like, is it me or like
It's well done.
It's
it's
yeah.
and it's
fucking
good.
boring, man?
Yeah.
It's super boring.
It's doing a lot of heavy lifting for Fallout.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's really what it ends
exactly.
up doing. It's just like,
It's like-
we
it's
gotta
like a
set up, we gotta
prologue
move
to
a lot
Fallout.
of pieces into place. Yeah, we gotta introduce some characters that we're gonna need, and
But it's
Here's
not a
some cool
blatant.
stuff,
It's not
but
a
it's not-
blatant prologue. It's not like Mortal Kombat where
Okay.
they're all
Yeah.
training,
Yeah.
and at the end of the movie they're like, okay, let's do the tournament now.
yeah, it's legitimately just like it has some work that it needs to do in the grander story, and I mean we'll talk about it when we talk about Dead Reckoning, but yeah, it's not as successful I think as
And it
other
has-
installments.
It has some good parts. Like
Yeah.
there's a great car chase in it. There's him.
there's a motorcycle chase at the end.
There's a motor.
Mhm.
I think it's
Yeah.
a car chase that turns into a motorcycle chase.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
And then there's also the bit where he is holding his breath underwater.
Yeah,
that was
There's a
fun
little
to
too
see.
much
Yeah.
CGI nonsense in that bit, but
Yeah.
it's still fucking
like even that
crazy.
jump is just fucking that dive down.
Well,
the
he
initial
broke
dive
the
is crazy.
breathing record, didn't he? In that scene.
Yes.
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
Kate Winslet
And then Kate
broke
Winslet broke it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then you didn't even see her. You didn't even see her underwater.
Yeah. Yeah.
But let's get to Dead Reckoning.
So we all agree Fallout's the best.
Fallout's the best.
Well, I
hands
mean,
down.
look, Fallout has multiple things going for it. There's a absolutely fucking bonkers skydive that takes place early on in the movie. Like it's pretty fucking. I also
Oh, the 0G jump. Is
Yeah.
that what it is?
the 0G. That's not well. Yeah, it's the yeah.
Is
but
that what they call it?
I don't remember. Let's call it that. Sure.
It's a zero G
I don't think
jump.
It's a high altitude jump. It's
Yeah.
not a. It's not 0G. It's a high altitude. You're not 0G. You're literally diving out of an airplane. You have gravity. You are falling.
No, but he's like
No, he is not.
no,
He is
he's
falling.
dude. I'm trying to tell you, he's significally higher.
It's
than
a high
usual.
altitude jump, but it's not 0G.
Halo.
Okay.
It's a halo jump.
Halo. There you
Halo
go.
jump.
High altitude, low. It's high altitude, low.
Oxygen.
Low, well, it might be low oxygen or low deploy or something. Anyway, it's a high altitude jump.
And like they shoot
That's
it,
there.
they shoot it, and the guy goes down
and it's
with them on
fucking
IMAX.
crazy. And like the
That's
amount of times
nuts.
that and again, that moment where like the fucking the letterbox just opens to like full IMAX, you're just like blown away by what the fuck you're looking at. You know, like the storm isn't there, of course, but like that jump was real.
And he's still acting out the bit.
It's everything.
As if the storm was there.
He did that jump like 5 or 6 times. Like he did it multiple times.
So many times.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, he's like
That scene's great.
so many times. You got Henry Cavill cocking his arms.
The
That never gets
bathroom,
old.
the bathroom fight.
He's reloading the
Yeah.
Reloading,
That
man.
never gets
and
old.
his beard he gets facial hair.
Yeah, that never ever gets old.
That bathroom scene
is fucking nuts.
It's vicious.
Yeah.
That is a brutal knockdown fight.
Buddy, the fucking helicopter chase at the end.
The helicopter chase at the end.
The
We're not
fight
even
on the
there
mountain.
yet. You're still so you jumped ahead. You jumped all the way to the end.
Where what else?
What the fuck?
Car chase to motorcycle chase again.
Car chase to motorcycle chase again. The entirety of breaking Sean Harris out of the fucking thing is fucking nuts. Fuck. It threw me. Oh yeah, every time I see Henry Cavill, I just think about that CGI'd fucking mustache nonsense in Batman v Superman. It's great. It brings me so much joy. Justice League. It brings me so much joy when I see that mustache that could not be shaved. It's wonderful. But also like Alec Baldwin is fucking great in it.
Don't say that often.
True. Angela Bassett is just Angela Bassetting.
Did you guys see like her portrait was in the room at the beginning?
Yeah.
Saw that.
Yeah. There was just like so many like
and the end is nuts.
Fucking so cool.
And they're trying to disarm the bomb while fighting Sean Harris.
Yeah. Yeah. And like he's chasing after them in a helicopter and fucking that's insane. Like just nuts. Yeah. So good. Fallout has the right pacing of crazy, ridiculous things to a really good plot that, yes, had to be started in Rogue Nation and continued. And just, it's so fucking good. It's so fucking good.
It's so fucking good.
Well, let's talk Dead Reckoning.
Dead Reckoning.
Part numero uno.
Doesn't make out with anyone.
Correct. Does not make up with anybody.
No, but he's getting pretty close with.
It's chummy.
He gets a little chummy
There's a
with
part 2.
Faust,
There's still time for his lips to meet other lips. It will happen. Let's be serious.
And she's not overly. Haley Atwell is not overly sexualized.
Correct.
Unlike all the other women in all the other movies.
Correct.
But she can rock that pantsuit.
She does rock.
She
a pantsuit.
rocks that pantsuit. She's a badass in it too, man.
Opening wise, I like the opening to Fallout so much more than this. The whole thing with the fucking sub, I was just like,
Well, that was
I
that was
guess
explaining the whole movie.
Yeah.
Puts the whole movie into
the
gear, man.
I don't know.
entity.
Yeah, the entity.
The entity.
That's fucking
Yes.
stupid. I hate it. Every time they brought it up, it's the entity. I was like,
But
give me a
that's
fucking
it's
break.
dead. They call it Dead Reckoning, right?
Yes,
And then they never
yes.
call it that
And they
again.
never talk about
It's
it
the
again.
Entity. It's just
Yes.
the entity. That was annoying.
Yeah.
Man.
So, I mean, I don't know.
But him coming in
Yes.
and meeting up with fucking it's Henry Cherney. He's
Oh, yeah.
God, what is his name?
Kittredge.
From the first
Yes.
movie.
So
I fucking
good.
love that Kittredge is
So
back.
First,
that moment was
bit's
so
great.
good. The bit with the submarine, whatever.
Well, but there's a part in between there, isn't there? I remember it's long. It's a long opening until
Yeah, it
they light
is.
the fuse. There's
Yeah,
another scene.
well, yeah. There's also the whole scene where he gets his mission from the new guy.
No, he gets it from
The Uber.
Kittredge.
No,
Sorry, the Uber guy drops it
yes,
off.
Yeah, and it's
then
Kittredge's voice.
from the
Yeah.
voice,
And then anyway, he keeps going from there, and then there's the meeting, and they're talking about the.
I love that fucking scene. That scene in the CIA office thing.
It's good.
So
good.
Good.
That's explaining the movie too. There's
Yes,
so
correct.
much
There's
exposition.
so much
dump
exposition
in the first 25 minutes of the movie.
Yeah, just so it can just start fucking actually moving along.
But it's not boring at all. You're
No, it's
fucking
not
you're
boring.
on the edge. You're like, fucking give me more. Like fucking let's go.
Yeah.
it goes a little long, but yeah, you are on edge. And then the money shot with the fucking mask again.
So good though. And
Should
then,
have seen that coming.
yeah, and just like the whole thing, like the whole look where he puts on the fucking like breathing thing before he throws the 3 balls, and like, oh, it's so fucking good. And then like he dons the Kittredge mask to leave. Brilliant. Just so good.
Like I said, should have seen that coming.
How do you expect to leave?
Yeah. I think it's really good as a, you know what, considering it's a part 1 and they're very clearly telling you it's a part 1, unlike the other 2 part 1 movies that came out so far this year. It's really well self-contained.
That's fair.
Like you could watch, there's a bigger story, you know, you still want to see what's going to happen with the fucking entity, but really like I left satisfied. Like everybody's in like a good spot to start the second movie, but it was also like everybody had conclusions.
It reminded me of Deathly Hallows Part 1, where it ends off where like they've moved all the pieces, in, and he gets the wand, and it ends right there.
Yeah,
and it's just like satisfying. And
yes,
this one ends is satisfying.
Yes,
where you don't feel cheated like fucking Fast X that ends in the middle of a scene.
Brutal. And even like, I think it was still even a little bit better than Across the Spider-Verse did. They're very close, but I think this one still had more finality in its part than Across the Spider-Verse did.
It's also the longest one by far.
Holy shit, is it long?
You don't feel it.
You don't until the one moment that you do. And it's the one moment where it's the one like fucking quiet moment right in the middle of the movie where it's like Haley Atwell's character is trying to figure out whether she's gonna like help them
when they're trying to recruit. Yeah,
that's like the one.
Yeah, it stops dead.
My dad went pee during that moment. He came back and he's like, "Did I miss anything?" I was like, "Nope, that was it." And I was just like, there was just that moment that I was finally. I actually looked down at my watch. I'm like, how fucking long is this going for? Like the fuck, like everything up to that. Yeah, it moved at a clip. The whole chase scene through Rome. Fucking great.
That is so good.
Also, Rome's seen some shit this year. Like,
seriously.
Good lord.
Apparently. And
what? No, go ahead.
You go.
I was gonna say, since you're talking about Rome, I was gonna say the part in the airport.
Oh, in Abu Dhabi.
Yeah. Where they're like, he's got to be around somewhere, and then you literally just see like a shot of like the background of him on top of the roof just running back. That whole scene was fucking crazy too.
Yes,
like it has
the airport scene was so good for like intense thriller moments of just like you don't know where like everybody's closing in on him.
There's
and, like,
so many good
entities closing in on him, and like is Gabriel even real? Like there's so many moments in that are just like so tense.
Yeah.
And it's like, how the fuck is he going to get out of this one? Like,
it's very well done.
Yeah.
The intensity of this movie is just very high.
Yeah. I also like that they just like yada yada and they're just like, yeah, we're going rogue. That's fine. Just don't fucking worry about it. This is just happening. Just let it happen.
Yeah.
This isn't a Ghost Protocol Rogue Nation nonsense shit where we got to explain that he's going. No, he's just going rogue. Just let it happen.
That's just Ethan being Ethan.
He's just rogue all the time.
Yeah. And he's bringing his buddies with him, bringing them down with him.
Yeah.
Tony was mentioning the Rome thing. I mentioned this to him in the movie that they drive through the Spanish Steps.
Yeah.
And in real life, when I went to Rome and I tried to eat pizza on the Spanish Steps, they wouldn't let me.
Yeah.
But they're letting Tom Cruise drive a fucking mini down.
And they let Vin Diesel crash in a giant metal sphere down the Spanish Steps. Like,
he told me after I wasn't looking, but apparently in the credits it says something along the lines of we shot it somewhere else.
Yeah, they basically said that we recreated the Spanish Steps in studio. We weren't going down the rails. I thought it was hilarious that they had to put a disclaimer.
It's like obviously, like
I don't think it's that obvious until they crashed through it.
Yeah,
when he's just driving on it.
Yeah,
like maybe they did.
Yeah. No, they would never take that risk. They would never ever.
But yes, that entire there's just so many intense moments.
Yeah.
And it just keeps going at a clip. Other than the one part to slow down.
Yeah.
It just keeps going at a clip. And you said everybody gets a satisfying ending. Like fucking Ving Rhames just like leaves the movie. He's just like, So
I gotta go do some shit.
I gotta go do
I
some
gotta
shit.
go off
Yeah.
grid, and
I
I
gotta
can't
go
tell
off
you where I'm
grid.
going.
I gotta go
Don't
off
worry
grid,
about it.
and yeah, I'll
Yeah,
see
all
you.
right, Ving Rhames
Tell me when we're shooting part 2, Tom.
Yeah, I'll be back. I'll be back.
And I didn't love Simon Pegg in it.
No, he didn't really have much to do.
He didn't have that much to do. Like actually, I take it back. He did. He was like in the field doing shit.
Oh, in the
Like,
airport.
In
Yeah,
the
yeah, yeah.
airport. Like that
and
seemed
actually, like he
fucking
was
crazy.
doing some shit. Yeah.
And when he's driving it, like he's doing shit,
Yeah.
but he's
It's
not
still-
doing shit.
Yeah, it just didn't feel like he had much to do.
Yeah.
He's had more to do in the other ones.
Yeah.
Like it literally felt like they introduced Haley Atwell and then everyone else just kind of fell by
Yeah.
the wayside.
Yeah.
Which Haley Atwell's great in it.
Sure.
She's terrific. She's great as a like a partner in crime, and it's not romantic at all. Like
Yeah.
they're platonic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At least at this point, they're platonic.
Yeah.
And but everyone else kind of suffers because of it.
Yeah. Agreed.
And like they fridge Ilsa Faust, and it's not okay.
Wow. Fridge.
Like she
Beyond,
has so
but
much.
yes. Yeah,
she has so
it's-
little to do in the movie. It's painful.
It's like, why did they even bring her back?
And like there's that one scene where they're talking to the White Widow and she's there and she's literally just sitting
there silently, kind of every once in a while looking at Ethan.
Yeah.
Just like, oh, okay, sure.
And like there's
Um,
like a romantic little nod where she's
Yeah.
like, this is my first time in Venice.
Yeah.
And it's just like,
and then
it
we're
fades
done.
to black.
Yeah.
But yeah, they fridge her. They don't use her.
Yep.
And she was like the highlight of Ghost Rogue Nation.
Yeah.
And she's awesome in Fallout.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
It's like I don't even know. Like they didn't know what to do with her.
Like what the fuck? Unless
Yeah.
they're figuring it out in part 2.
Maybe.
Like just like they're gonna figure out fucking Ving Rhames and fucking Simon Pegg.
Yeah.
Fingers
we'll-
crossed.
And we'll actually get Gabriel's backstory instead of like these random
He
clips.
killed his wife or
Like-
something. Yada yada.
Yada yada.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was so bad.
Dude,
Yeah.
you could hear
That was
Dave
funny.
rolling his eyes.
That was funny.
Yeah, my
I'm
eyes
surprised. It was
rolled.
that's on a Darth Vader no level.
legit,
so bad,
Like,
so unbelievably bad.
Yeah.
But somebody said he was a well-rounded villain and he's one of the best villains in the series. And I'm just like, I don't know a thing about him.
He's an enigma.
He's an enigma.
That's
Is
it.
that-
He's
is
just
that
a
it? Is that
force
it?
to be reckoned with, I guess. I don't know.
Like Isai Morales.
Isa Morales, yeah.
I made sure I looked up how to say his name. Unlike you, who just fucking read names off. Do your research, asshole.
Jesus.
that's fucking rude, bro. I made an attempt and I
Jesus.
apologize after to say I butchered your
Like,
names and
he's
I'm
a-
sorry.
He's an enigmatic presence.
Absolutely.
He has the presence. It's just kind of like, again, yada yada.
Yeah. You're very yada yada.
And like it's cool that we finally we got Ethan Hunt's origin story, kind of,
A little bit.
kind
And
of.
they're starting to allude to like how they all kind of gone, oh, we're all basically backs up against the wall and we were given
like
a choice.
that's interesting because
Yeah.
they haven't done that at all.
No. Yeah. I didn't know anything about Ving Rhames
But-
before.
But we're 7 movies deep. Does it matter?
And not really.
And it was like, and building off that with the backstory, how Gabriel's character and like how they all came to be, it almost like it was mimicking the first one, right? Because there's that scene, if you remember the first one, where the girl gets stabbed through the fence.
Kristen Scott Thomas here.
Yeah, same thing happens in this one. She gets stabbed through the fence, and like I when I was seeing the scene in the background, I was just like, wait, are they referencing the first one?
Kind of, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Kind of. I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised either. It was very similar. It was very like the similarity, because I saw the first one recently and I remember that scene, and then I remember the scene when they were introducing Gabriel and everything, and I'm just like, I'm pretty sure they're referencing the first one.
And
But-
Cherney came back.
Say that again.
Yeah.
Cherney came back.
as
as
Kittredge.
Kittredge.
Yeah.
Right? The way they shoot that scene is like the face-off scene, so good.
Right.
Yeah.
But like he's like Morales is supposed to be like the big bad, like like, yeah, the entity is the big bad, and that got annoying quick. Like,
but you only see him being like that presence because you just see the look on Ethan's face.
Yeah.
but you don't know why.
But you don't know why exactly. Like it's so left, it's so ominous.
There should have been like a I know they're leaving stuff for the second one, but I feel like that should have been something they should have talked about, or they should have shown. You're doing exposition dumps in other random places.
Yeah, like
why isn't this here?
Yeah,
at least put in like a little like even to solve it with a piece of dialogue, right? Don't just yada yada it and then just leave it up to the audience to believe. Okay, he's a real bag of dicks, right?
Yeah, that annoyed me a lot.
Yeah.
And yeah, I did get tired of the entity's taking over.
Yeah.
We have to go analog.
Although I did like that whole thing where like it took over the comms while Ethan was trying to like find Haley Atwell's character and get through all of Grace. So trying to find Grace or Ilsa or both of them.
In the streets of
in
Venice.
the streets of Venice,
And then they have
the wrong directions,
and then they have the alley fight. That's like fucking like, how did they shoot that?
That's wild.
That's nuts.
Yeah,
that was a very intense scene.
Yeah.
I love
he's fucking
the
running.
camera work in it.
Yeah,
he's fucking running.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and he's running. Yeah. Also, Palm was great.
Oh yeah,
big shout outs to Palm. Clementif. We. She's great.
She's very good, and
clown makeup and all.
She doesn't really speak.
Nope. Doesn't have to.
But I don't even think she. Yeah, exactly.
She doesn't have to.
She's such a presence in the movie that she doesn't need to talk.
Yeah.
It almost ruins her character by talking.
Cackling gleefully as she like plows through everything in fucking Rome. Like she doesn't give a shit. She's not avoiding these mopeds. She's running them over. I don't give a fuck, and I'm just gonna laugh the whole time.
Bonafide psychopath.
Yeah,
she's really good in it.
Yeah,
she's having a good summer.
Yes.
This and Guardians, good summer for her. I would. Everyone's talking about the train bit, which is like the centerpiece of the third act.
Sure.
And they show way too much of it in the trailer.
Way too much
of it. But I feel like there was a little too much CG. Like I know a lot of it is real.
Yeah.
Like the engine. What's the front car called?
The locomotive.
The locomotive.
Yeah.
Falling off. Like I know that's real.
Yeah.
And I know they actually fought on top of a train.
Yes, I know they didn't go through the tunnels, but yes, they fought on top of the train.
Right?
Yes.
But it's just like
those tunnel bits, you could really tell the CG.
Yeah.
Like it might be just because this is the first one they shot digitally versus on film.
Right.
So it might be like the camera.
Maybe.
But I don't know. It took me out of it how fucking CG it looked, considering everything else is so fucking real.
Yeah.
And like, I swear to God, I was like, is this Uncharted? At one point, and Tony's like, they didn't do this in the Uncharted. I was like, the game, Tony, not fucking Marky Mark's movie where he's at fucking Papa John's.
The clue is under the Papa John's.
But again, that train scene, you see a lot of similarities to the first one as well.
Exactly, right? Because it ends on a train.
Exactly, and
so maybe you crack the code.
Yeah.
You got to watch your back. McQuarrie's coming to get you.
And we're back to the Russians with the Russians. I mean, you know what? Maybe it's just the first movie all over again.
Honestly,
as long as they don't redo the second one.
Oh God,
please don't.
If it opens with doves coming out, I'm done. I'm leaving.
My only hope is we get a little bit of justice for Jack Harmon. Emilio Estevez.
Yeah. Apparently he was supposed to like they kind of reference he might come back.
Yeah. Oh man, I will literally leap out of my fucking chair if Emilio shows up, man.
I will also say, you know what, speaking of giving away too much, like I saw so many of the actually I got to say two things. One, I saw so much of that fucking motorcycle jump and how it was done and how it was like made, and like they put out so much shit beforehand about it that I was just like kind of like less wowed by it. Because like I'd seen it.
I was less wowed by the
some
jump.
Yeah.
As opposed to like when he's going down.
Yeah. The jump I had seen 50 fucking times. Like,
and it also, again, the CG takes away from it.
Yes, because you also know that he's on a ramp.
Yeah.
Which doesn't help when you then cut to the movie and it's like, oh no, he's on rocks. And it's like, yeah, I knew you were going to do that. But I also, like, I saw how the sausage was made.
But at the same time, if he's on rocks, shouldn't it have been a little wobblier?
Yeah. No, The second
But
thing,
yes, they do. It's kind of when he goes,
Yeah.
you're just kind of like, all right. But I still like held my breath, and people were fucking gasping in the
Sure.
theater when it happened.
sure. It was right after that I think got the biggest laugh from the audience that I saw it in when Tom Cruise was like, I'm trying to concentrate, and like Simon Pegg's like, I'm having a really stressful day, like I so much on my mind or whatever the fuck.
Yeah,
And
that was
everyone
a
kind of
good
chuckled. No, the other thing I was going to say is I saw this as a part of the Cineplex like fan event screening on Monday night, and so before they did the thing like, you know, for most screeners where like, you know, the screen just has like the big poster on it. And I was like, oh, this is cool. Kind of feels like an actual like screening. This is interesting. And then they did show a couple trailers, but they showed a different behind the scenes before the movie started for Dead Reckoning about sort of how they shot the car chase in Rome, which I thought was cool. I was like, all right, this is neat. I like it. And they were showing like the different parts that they actually used in Rome. Obviously not the Spanish steps and all that, but anyway. And then they showed what can only be surmised as a clip reel from the premiere in multiple cities with not a couple like interviews that they did on the red carpets for all of them. And I was just like, I don't know why I'm watching this. Like, this seems frivolously unnecessary. Why Cineplex? Why?
It probably wasn't Cineplex.
It probably was the movie.
It's the movie.
And then finally,
Because it wasn't just them that hosted a fan event.
No,
Like,
true. Yeah,
everyone
you're
else
right.
did
You're right.
too.
You're right. It was just like, I was like, I don't understand like why I need this fucking fluff. Like, it's just like red carpet shit. I'm like, why is this here?
They are promoting the balls out of this movie.
Sure.
They were, again, it's Wednesday, like the movie
Yeah.
opened today, but he was in Toronto yesterday
Yeah.
and Washington and Atlanta, and he
Yeah.
went somewhere else too
It's
with
just like,
McQuarrie.
I
Like,
just-
how much jet fuel did you burn?
A lot.
But it's still fucking cool. And they're
No, that's
promoting
cool.
it.
But it's just, yeah, the gala shit, I was just like, I'm already here. Like, I'm here for this. I don't need this. You're not promoting this to me. I'm here for the fucking movie.
yeah.
And then right after that, there was like the introduction with Chris McQuarrie and Tom Cruise. Did you guys get that? Like the little
No, it just started.
please enjoy, sit back and relax. Okay, so anyway, they did
But
that.
that'll be on all the prints now,
Right.
for sure.
So right after the gala thing, that plays like basically saying, hey, the movie's about to start. And then the poster came up briefly again, and then it replayed that same fucking. So I think there was like two packages. There was the package that had like the behind the scenes shit with that attached to it, and then the movie had it attached to it. So I just kind of was like, what the like we just what? We just saw this fucking thing. Anyway, these are just quibbles, but
Did you like the badge? You got the badge, right? Is
I
it a
did
badge?
get the badge. Yeah,
Is it
the
cool?
IMF badge. Yeah, it's a little pin. It's wonderful and a very cool poster.
Nice. Was your dad happy too?
He was.
Did he like pin it?
He did not. He did not. But yeah, he enjoyed it. I enjoyed it.
It's top shelf entertainment for sure.
Yeah, it deserves a theater.
It deserves a theater. It deserves big and fucking loud. It's just not even just the part one of it all. It's just there's just certain parts where you're just like,
Yeah,
why did you do this? Why did you do this?
yeah,
Which could be solved with part two.
maybe. But as it stands, yeah, there are some issues that felt a little
irksome. And
Yeah.
yes, they did spoil a lot of the fucking like
They
Yeah.
spoiled a lot of the big action.
Yeah,
big action.
The
Yes, they did.
set pieces in the trailer for sure.
like at least the Fallout trailer, which hand to God is one of the best trailers of the last decade.
Yeah,
It's incredible. They only show like snippets of some of
Yeah.
the scenes.
it's not. Yeah,
Like this, they're like showing
it gave away so much.
they show way
Yeah.
way too much.
Yeah,
But Tommy Cruise, Aces, Haley Atwell, Aces. Palm, Aces, fucking Henry Cherney, Aces.
Everyone's great in it.
Everyone's very good, even if they don't have enough to do.
Yep.
And yeah, I think genuinely the biggest change I would have put in was explaining Morales a lot more, or Gabriel
Sure.
more.
Yeah.
Like that's just frustrating.
So we'll see.
Yeah,
Looking forward to
we
part
shall see.
two.
Yeah, I am too.
Hopefully,
Like,
they don't
when
give as much away.
when we watched it, I was like, yo, are they gonna put on part two now? Because
Yeah,
like I'm
fuck,
good.
right?
I'm
Yeah.
good. I'm going.
Yeah.
So I might do like the double header because I know they're gonna do those in
Oh,
theaters.
of course.
but
We're going to be there for 5 hours.
I don't care. But it's a movie to see with a crowd.
Absolutely.
And a movie to see like on the biggest screen imaginable.
On the biggest screen. Yeah. Like I was sweating.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah, it was
fucking
nuts.
loud.
Oh, yeah, it was
Like
loud.
it was
Sweating.
loud, man.
Yeah.
And fucking Lorne Balfe, his fucking score is amazing.
Yeah, it's very good.
It's such a good score. And he did Fallout too. Just
Yeah.
amazing
It's very,
score.
very good.
Amazing score. I don't know
Fits
who
perfectly.
I don't know who I was telling, but the Blu-ray and the 4K for Fallout has an isolated score option.
Yeah,
So I'm really hoping they do it for Dead Reckoning.
that would be
as
cool.
well.
Yeah.
Because like, I put on the isolated score. I was like, this is fucking crazy.
Yeah, that's very cool.
One thing I want to say about Mission Impossible 3. The
We're
score.
going back.
The score.
Giacchino's?
Holy shit. So fucking good.
Yeah.
Like I just honestly just wanted to just like kind of tone down the fucking dialogue and stuff.
Yeah,
And I
yeah.
just wanted to listen to the
Listen
fucking,
to it. Yeah.
Cause like his score is fucking phenomenal.
Oh, it's Giacchino.
That's
Yeah.
Giacchino. That's why.
So good, man.
Yeah.
So good.
That's why. So this is a hard recommend?
Hard recommend.
Hard recommend for sure.
With
Definitely.
caveats.
Yes.
With caveats.
But like no, but you know what you're getting into. It's part 1 is clearly titled there.
Yeah.
You know what the caveats are now from listening to us, but hard recommend definitely.
You're at 7 in the franchise, and
Yeah.
he is constantly one upping himself.
And it still
Yeah.
feels fresh.
And it's exactly.
it still feels fresh.
Yep.
He's Tom Cruise is doing something special right now, and I think he is the last blockbuster actor.
He's the last movie star.
He's the
last movie star.
He's the last movie
He is
star.
the last movie star.
Yep.
And it will be it'll be a very sad day when he leaves this earth. But
Or just stops acting.
Well, he's not going to stop.
he's not
acting.
going to stop.
Oh, all
He's
right.
already gone on record to say he's going to pull a Harrison Ford and he's going to be
Ugh.
Ethan Hunt until he's 80,
All right.
which
What else?
I'm fucking here for. It's going to be a sad day.
They're going to
But-
have to turn him into the Jim Phelps, though. Like,
Yeah.
maybe not a
Yeah,
villain, but
yeah,
he's
yeah,
going to have to be
yeah.
the Jim
Yeah.
Phelps.
Yeah.
He's going to be fucking doing wheelies in a wheelchair when he's 75.
Absolutely.
Do a flip.
And I keep telling
Don't barrel.
I keep telling this to people every time we bring up Tom Cruise. Like, I would love to be a fly on the wall in the meetings with his insurance company.
It's just no.
Tom, you're gonna do what?
No.
Tom, you can't. We're not insuring you for this.
That's why he just self-produces now.
Exactly.
Fuck it.
Fuck
I
it.
don't need anybody else. Tom
Yeah.
Cruise Productions.
Yeah,
He probably
he's
has, like,
literally
hired
producing
doctors
by
on
himself.
set.
now.
I know. It's Tom Cruise Production Company. It was right on the fucking start.
Like a Tom Cruise film
Yeah.
type thing.
No, a Chris
Or,
McQuarrie film.
sorry, a Tom Cruise production.
There you go.
Because he used to do it with Paula
Wagner.
Yeah.
Wagner.
Yeah.
And then it's just him.
Agreed.
So
Anyway, Dave, you got a new blue?
I do.
Let's do a new blue.
What did that boy buy? It's Dave's Blue Blues.
So what do you got?
So since you guys squeaked in yours, I squeaked in mine.
Yeah.
Oh, you did, you son of a bitch.
I watched the new 4K Blu-ray combo of After Hours from Martin Scorsese,
Ooh.
which I had never seen before.
Nice.
It came out yesterday, the
Yeah.
11th,
Yeah.
and
You got it.
I
You
got
watched it.
and I got it my 50% off Criterions.
Nice.
Thank you, Barnes and Noble.
Noble.
I got plenty of reward points too. I was very
Sick.
happy. Before we talk about that, I need to mention there was I don't know what the gentleman's name at the store at McKinley Mall in Buffalo
Yeah,
was.
yeah.
I don't know his name, but he was very helpful,
Yeah.
very courteous, did what he had, like helped me out quite a bit.
Yeah.
And as we were walking away, like he got me a bag.
Sure.
Because it was like I had to go to the customer service, which was in the middle, and then he had to get a bag from the front, and then we were walking back so I
Sure.
could go into the mall,
Yeah.
which creeps. Anyways, all of that to say, we're talking Criterions as we're walking away, and he gets back to the booth and he shows me the Pasolini box set because somebody had
Oh, fuck.
ordered the
Yeah,
Pasolini
yeah,
box
yeah.
set, and I was like, "Oh, can I see it?" type thing, and he like took it out for me and he handed it to me. I looked at it; it's fucking heavy as shit.
Yeah.
Right? And he's talking about it, and I literally was like, "But Salo's not in it. What's the point? What's the point of getting this if Salo's not in it?" And I swear to you, James, he stopped talking to me. He straight up stopped talking to
Fuck
me.
yeah.
Like he just like trailed off and did not want to talk to me anymore.
Oh, he's one of those. He likes eating shit off the floor.
So I don't know that gentleman's name. He was very helpful, but I thought I made a friend, but I didn't.
Yeah,
He made a friend and lost a friend in a matter of minutes.
This man was really into all of Pasolini's work, but neither Sallow. Not Sallow, never Sallow. He can be friends with Tony.
Fuck that movie.
Anyway, After Hours.
After Hours. So I've never seen it before.
Sure.
So I watched the whole thing.
Nice.
Bananas.
Yeah.
Have you seen it?
No, I'm actually
I've
going to
never
watch it
seen it.
after this podcast.
Oh, all right. Good for you.
It is fucking crazy.
Sick.
Nice. I can't wait.
Like it takes there's a little bit to get there, but
Yeah.
holy fucking shit, it's nutty.
Okay, good. I'm glad. I also got After Hours on
Nice.
sale.
Because the pitch is he meets Rosanna Arquette in a coffee shop,
Sure.
and he gets her number. He calls her, and she wants him to come over. It's like 11:30 type
Yeah.
thing, and he goes over, and literally shenanigans fucking ensue
Jesus.
for the
Love
rest
it.
of the night.
Jesus.
This guy can't catch a fucking break.
Wild.
Just it's fucking crazy.
All right, so I got to watch it then.
It's fucking nuts.
All right.
And it's shot beautifully.
Yeah.
Howard Shore's fucking score is
Oh,
buck
Howard
wild.
Shore. Oh,
And
jeez.
the for an almost 40-year-old movie,
Yeah.
the restoration work that was it was supervised by Scorsese and
Yeah.
Thelma Shoemaker.
Yeah.
And is that how you say her name?
Sure. Yeah. Shoemaker. Yeah. Could be Schumacher, but
Schoonmaker?
Schoonmaker.
Thelma, I'm
Oh,
sorry.
yes.
I love you. Your editing is exquisite.
Sublime.
Sublime. We'd love to have you on the podcast. Bring Marty with you.
Oh man.
So the work they did to restore this thing, it looks fucking amazing
Nice.
on Blu-ray and 4K. Like 4K is a little
Sick.
sharper.
Yeah.
Like it's a little more distorted on the Blu-ray, or a little more
Sure.
a little fuzzier on the Blu-ray,
Right.
but it's still sharp.
Nice.
And it looks great.
I love it.
And it only has like the mono track,
Right.
but it's fucking booming.
Nice.
It's great.
Nice.
And then comes with the insert with the essay and all the
essays.
pictures.
Beautiful.
And don't look at the book first,
Just
Or
watch the
the-
movie, Tony.
or the insert, because it has some of the things you see in the movie. So I think it would have worked better if I didn't know.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like it's not a spoiler. It just would have been more
But just,
entertaining.
Go in
And
blind.
then the Blu-ray they both have audio commentary, and then the Blu-ray has a vintage documentary and then a couple of new things,
Nice.
as well as deleted scenes and the trailer, which have been
Upscaled.
upscaled.
Nice. Very cool.
So great package.
Beauty.
I know every
It's
time,
a great package.
every single time Criterion made an announcement
Yeah.
of what was coming,
Yeah.
After Hours wasn't on there. And
yeah.
literally all the where's After Hours? Where's After Hours?
Yeah,
Where's After
yeah.
Hours? Where's Paper Moon? Where's After Hours?
Yeah,
Where's After
yeah.
Hours? And then they finally announced After Hours. So you can all shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Just go out and buy
now
it.
they can move on to the next movie.
Everybody
Go,
went-
where's this? Where's this? Where's
Everyone went
this?
fucking ballistic.
Yeah.
And I remember the day they announced it because Dave's like, Tony, they did it.
Yeah.
And I was like, did what?
They did the thing.
He's like, they fucking did it.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Excellent.
top shelf Scorsese.
Excellent. I love that.
Good stuff.
I'm very excited. So
Very good.
very, very excited for it.
Yeah.
Nice.
Just seeing if I have any other.
Cool.
That's it. Yeah, you guys should watch After Hours.
Oh,
I
I
waited
will.
way too long to watch that.
I will.
movie.
I will. I will. It's
Also-
a hard promise.
I don't know. I don't remember what his name is, but Catherine O'Hara's in it,
Yeah.
and her husband in Home Alone is in it, and there's a
Oh.
scene where they're together.
Weird.
It's just like, this is weird.
Connected universe.
This is super weird.
Oh, yeah. Just speaking of connected universes, my girlfriend and I were watching Asteroid City yesterday. So there's an atomic bomb, and Margot Robbie's in it. It's connected universe with Oppenheimer and Barbie.
Barbenheimer.
Barbenheimer.
I would
yeah.
like to go with Boppenheimer because that just sounds more fun.
Either way, I want a fucking copy of that poster, and I want to mount it on my wall.
Which Asteroid City?
No,
the combined one.
Yeah, they did the combined one, and I thought it was fucking amazing.
I know the guy who runs that magazine.
Oh,
So
very
maybe I'll see
lovely
if I
for
can
you.
get some.
There we go.
John Hurd was his name. He's
Nice.
also he's well known, or his top 4 movies here are Home Alone 2, After Hours, and White Chicks.
Nice. That's
Right
right
on.
Those
It's a very proper filmography right there.
Yes. Yes.
Anyway,
I
thanks,
think we're
everyone.
done.
Extra large finger guns this week.
Oh, I don't know if it was extra large, but there was a lot. We got through a
We're
lot.
pushing 2 hours. It's extra large.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean,
there's a little
plus or
bit
minus.
of fluff in there.
There's a bit of we got some things to trim out.
It's not that
Yeah.
I was recording a lot at the beginning too.
Okay,
about
I didn't- I
nonsense
don't
before we
remember. I
started.
It's not
remember
like
the
it's
nonsense.
not like that
hears.
Flash episode where James
Oh
kept
my
looking
God.
at us and being like, "Okay, we're done, right?" And I was like, "No, I have more to say."
Another thing.
and another
Another one.
Fun fact about Flash.
Oh, fuck off. No, we're done.
No. Fun fact.
Yeah.
It will be out on VOD when this episode drops.
Nice.
That's
Everyone
true.
can finally see that
One of the costliest bombs in
gift that
box office
keeps on
history.
giving.
Fuck.
We're not
Anyway.
getting the steelbook, right?
No.
It's a cool looking steelbook,
I don't
but
fucking
fuck that
care.
movie.
Fuck that.
Fantastic. Music to my
Anyway,
ears.
on that note, thanks everyone. Go check out Dead Reckoning.
Yes, part
And
1.
Part 1. And we'll see you all in 2 weeks.
Yeah, a few weeks.
2 weeks anyway.
Probably 2 weeks.
Well,
We
for
got-
us now, where we are today, yes, it'll be like a few weeks. But for you guys, maybe only 2 weeks or 1 week. I don't know. We'll see.
we'll
we'll
see.
see.
It depends on you and your fucking fancy trips,
Hey, it's 1 week.
man. It's a
All right,
fancy
bro.
trip.
Guys, this
What
podcast
else,
is
bro?
going to self-destruct in 5 seconds.